Yo Mat Legends! Another Monday, another live video. I've decided Monday night is now my live video time where I'm going to reach out to you guys and talk on a topic that is, kind of floated into my brain or something that's really touched me. And I wanted to touch base on, we were very, very fortunate over the weekend to be invited over to Sydney, or up to Sydney from Melbourne, for the iMoveU hashtag 200 event. We had an absolute ton of new graduate physios in particular that had come up for that event. We were sponsoring as part of that, and got to see the guys, Michael Risk and Peter Flynn, present. And it was a really awesome experience, actually, because I really love having the opportunity to see other people present information. There might be things that, as an experienced practitioner, I've heard and I've seen before, but always hearing it from someone else is always a really great opportunity. And also just to, expand on some other topics and go through some things that, we don't always get to go through, which is great. Now, this event was mainly geared at new graduate and physio students that were in their final years of their study, and really about preparing them, I guess, for the trials and tribulations of private practice. And the thing that I really drew out of that event and from the presentations from the guys was that often success for us as health and fitness professionals, particularly for physios, a lot of it comes down to only a couple of things, and really it's about knowing your numbers and having great communication skills. If you've got those two things, then you're almost all the way there with many of your patients and clients. So the first point that I really loved was one of the slides. I still just remember it in my head because it was a really good point, and it was that communication isn't what is said, it's what's heard, right? And I think that means a lot of different things. Particularly for us, we obviously know the importance of having great communication skills in terms of being able to educate our patients, convey our plans, make sure that we can develop therapeutic alliance so that we can help people achieve amazing outcomes and achieve their goals. But I guess then the other thing is, how can we do that doesn't necessarily involve what is said, right? Because talking is only a small part of communication. Obviously, things like body language and the way in which we conduct things like our tone of voice, the way in which we kind of say the words is really important. Actually, the guys have a really great drill, and I reckon I'm going to have a crack at it this week, and I'd recommend you guys to do it as well, is to actually kind of video yourself maybe delivering a management plan or something like that, where then you can actually see kind of how you convey your body language, listen to, I guess, your tone of voice, and whether or not that kind of synchronizes, as I would say, with how you're trying to convey it. But it made me also think about one of the main things that we use the mat for all the time is, not only is this an amazing technical tool that allows you to obviously measure and perform a lot of evidence-based tests from the research, but it's also an amazing communication tool. And I think that was always one of the things that surprised me the most after we developed the mat and started using it with lots and lots of patients, was actually its use from a communication perspective. And it comes back to this idea of, okay, well, what is it that our patients and our clients are actually hearing? Are they really getting the message in full when we're actually conveying it to the people that we are working with? So we use the mat often as part of that, right? It's something that allows us to measure a before and then an after effect of what we're doing, or at least to demonstrate maybe some deficiencies, some discrepancies from side to side, so that then we can actually convey that message in better ways, because it has tangible data. It's something that people can really see, they can really understand, they can start to appreciate what the plan is, what's going on, and that then really obviously helps us get that message across, really helps our patients and our clients hear and understand what's going on. So that was the first point that I took out of it. The other thing that I took out of that was there was a big emphasis on the why, right? We talk about that a lot in, trying to find purpose, I guess, trying to find meaning in what we do as health and fitness professionals. Unfortunately, the statistics are pretty high, for, I guess, that professional burnout. Many health and fitness professionals we know don't last long enough in the profession, which is really, really sad, because obviously a lot of people have spent a lot of time and a lot of effort, studying to become a physiotherapist, a strength and conditioning coach, and then they start in this profession and it really grinds them down, which is just, it's quite unfortunate. And unfortunately, what it often means is that actually, probably the level of experience of the practitioners that we have out there in the world doesn't continue to increase, because people actually end up leaving the profession before they get the chance to, really become masters of it. So not only is that having a why, obviously important for us as health and fitness professionals in being able to help ourselves, and continue to find meaning in our profession. But I think it's an important thing to remember just in everything that we do, right? So not only do we need to find the why there, but we need to find the why in what we're doing with the people that we work with. And I think once again, this comes back to how can we assess people better to understand the why and the meaning behind why they've actually come and presented to us in the first place. Why do they have their pain, their injury, their issue, and why is that causing problems for them? And the only way that we can do that, I think, really effectively is being objective and utilising objective testing procedures, like the things we do with the mat, like some of the strength testing that we do in our mat online course that's coming up. So being able to find the why not only helps our patients and our clients understand what they need to be doing and how they should be doing it to get an amazing result, but it also, I think, helps us kind of find meaning in what we're doing as well. No longer is it a subjective profession. It's not something where some people get better, some people don't get better. It's a real kind of flip of a coin as to whether or not those things are going to work. We're being objective, we're really getting results, and that helps us too, I think, find meaning in what we're doing as well. Another great thing that I took out of it as well was just the talk about the confidence in terms of presenting a plan and how you should be able to do that, and some strategies around that as well. As I said, they had some great techniques and some great little workshops there, seeing people work on their presentation of a management plan and being able to deliver it with great confidence so that we can inspire confidence in the people that we work with. So once again, I think, what I kind of thought about during that process was, okay, well, what else can we use to develop that great confidence? And I think once again, if we're kind of guessing with people, utilizing more of those subjective testing procedures, then that doesn't inspire confidence in us, and that's palpable. People can definitely feel that. They definitely know when we're not necessarily 100%. So being able to have those objective processes, being able to assess people in such a way that we can really identify through data and through measurement where people's limitations are, what they need to work on, that makes us really confident. That allows us to really come up with a great plan that's going to lead to an amazing outcome, hopefully, for that individual as well. Interesting as well, the guys presented some pretty cool statistics too on like how kind of patient management can work, not only from a business standpoint, obviously that's pretty important, and a lot of it was about the importance of, not only being able to deliver great business outcomes so that we can actually achieve great workplaces that then flourish. They provide the resources and the materials for the people who work within it to be able to find their why, to be able to find their meaning, but also to help the people that obviously come to these places, whether that be a physio clinic, whether that be a strength and conditioning facility. Those things are obviously really, really important, but they also talked about the interesting statistics between what they call like front loading the appointments. And it was something along the lines of, if you're able to deliver your appointments in a short amount of time initially, so those 3 appointments in the first week, 2 appointments in the second week, compared to maybe that week by week style appointment, what they found was actually the difference in achieving the outcome. This was across 200 or so clinics, I believe. It was approximately 88%, I believe, of those that were front-loaded appointments were the ones that actually achieved their goal, compared to that week-by-week model, which found only about 30 or so percent actually achieve their goal there, which is pretty staggering, really. And once again, it comes back to, okay, well, why, or what is the meaning behind how we're going to front load those appointments if we're going to do it? What is the purpose of that front loading? We can't just tell the patient, all right, well, look, you need to book in 5 times over the next 2 weeks, and not give any explanation as to why that might be. There needs to be set structure and set planning as part of that. And our patient and our client, as I said, needs to fully understand that. They need to hear it, and they need to know why that's going to occur so that they can buy in and develop that alliance. So once again, if we don't have good reasoning for it, we don't have good structure, then they're not going to buy into that. Then we're not going to achieve that 88% or so that's going to achieve that outcome. And so by having testing procedures, having objective testing processes, I believe, really creates a good reason and a good structure for that, right? So often what we do here at our clinic is we have a set procedure and a set process in play for the assessment, right? That requires either one extended appointment, or potentially, you could set it up in different ways in which that assessment process is a staggered process where people can actually, come through, get assessed, and then discover their why as to what the purpose is of their plan and what's going forward. So I think making sure you have that structure and building in the assessment process into that can be an important way in which you can achieve, I guess, that front loading in the appointment to make sure that people buy into the plan and therefore then achieve a great outcome. So just a couple of my learnings then over the weekend. As I said, it was a really awesome event. It was great to catch up with the guys and be able to see them present in the flesh. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the courses that they're going to be producing, obviously, in the future. I'll be definitely keeping an eye out for that. So if you haven't already, make sure you jump across. If you are interested in some of their material, jump over to iMoveU. It's all one word, and the U is obviously just the letter U. Check it out. They're really